We welcome you back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center as we bring you the live and exclusive coverage of the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Now, it is going to be a long day for men's volleyball, but we are definitely not complaining. Earlier during our first game, we saw Letran defeat Santa Rosa in 3 straight sets. And for the battle of the college champions, NU Santa Elena overpowered Perpetual Health in straight sets as well. For our third game of our Wednesday quadruple header, it's a young city of Cabuyao Cabstars taking on MKA San Beda, and later on at 5 p.m. Savage RTU Basilan will be facing Bayleaf LPU. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us wherever you may be. You can catch us on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and of course, Pilipinas Live. My name is Billy Capistrano, and joining me today is my partner, Noreen Go. And Noreen, I know it's been a hot minute since the last time we worked together. And what better way to reunite than here in the Spikers Turf?
Yeah, we're so excited because a lot of teams will, debut in the next days, playing days. And today is the debut of 2 new teams.
That's right, 2 young teams. And before anything else, let's first take a quick look at our tournament format to kind of get an overview of how we're going to play this tournament.
All right, so we have 24 teams that will be divided into 4 pools of 6 teams, single round robin. The top 2 will head on to the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, it's a very short quarterfinals. It's just a single game elimination. So only 4 teams will make it to the semifinals, wherein they will be joined by 1 guest team. And then single round robin, obviously the top 2 will play for the gold, the 3 and 4 play for the bronze.
That's right. So this is a format that is not new to us. This is something very familiar to us. But the difference is that we have a whopping 24 teams here in our Invitational Conference, the most that we've had since 2019.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good for men's volleyball that we see new teams, new faces, player movement. So a lot of teams, a lot of games.
That's right. So take a look at your screens for our Pool B, which we will be seeing today. Again, the Cabstars versus, of course,
the MKA
San Beda Red Spikers. Siyempre, excited na rin kami ni Noreen para sa laro na ito. Sabi nga niya, a lot of new faces, a lot of old ones as well. But great news is a lot of volleyball to watch for everybody today. Now, let's talk about our game at hand. Sabi nga natin, it's Cabuyao MKA San Beda. And now we're going to talk about this team on your screens. First things first, it is their debut right here. We have the Rising Stars of Laguna.
Yeah, I mean, this is a debut of a new team. So we will get to know them as the tournament progresses. Cabuyao is made up of players, the best players from Laguna with some NCAA players. To name a few, you have Echo Adahar, you have Gab Magsino, you have June Centenio. So, these players we will get to know as a game progresses.
That's right, and we're going to pivot this time and shift our attention to a team that a lot of people have been anticipating here in our Spikers Turf. None other than MKA San Beda Red Spikers.
Yeah, they had a maiden run in the NCAA. They almost won the championship, but fell short. And you can see some Spikers Turf players, former, with that experience. Let's name a few: Kevin Montemayor, Axel Book, Andre Bakil. So these are some names that we're familiar with for the fans. They have watched them and they're excited to see them shine in their new squad.
That's right, and they did surprise a lot of people in their collegiate league last summer, and they had that Cinderella story, and their fans are, hoping that they can replicate that feat here in our Spikers Turf. Now, in the meantime, let's check in with a third member of our broadcast team, Mika Abesames. And Mika, I know that you got to talk to a couple of our players a while ago.
The Paco Arena is just about ready for more volleyball action as we have the Cabuyao Cabstars going against the San Beda University. And while both teams may have known each other for a while now, they are excited to go against each other here to showcase their talents through the years. Talaga daw nagpakondisyon sila for this tournament kasi napakadami nga daw kasali. Lalo na sila Kevin Montemayor and Gab Magsino. Now, if you guys want to join in our conversation through our Pilipinas Live app, our poll question for today would be, which young team will make less errors? Once again, that is which young team will make less errors. And you can also talk to us online through our hashtag, that is Spikers Turf 2023, through our Instagram and Facebook pages. Magbabalik po ang Spikers Turf 2023.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our officials for this match. Our first referee is Mark Santos, national referee. Our second referees are Lindo Eusebio, national referee. Let's call on the starting lineup for our Cabuyao Stars men's volleyball. Outside spiker number 3, Owa Ramilo. Middle blocker number 5, Walter Pendel. Middle blocker number 15, Mike Doria. Outside spiker number 16, Sauri Soriano. Opposite spiker number 19, Tom Panganiban. And starting setter number 23, Jericho Atahar. Their starting libero is their team captain number 12, Aljun Centeno. And the head coach for Cabuyao is Christian Antiporta. And now the starters for the MKA San Beda University. Outside spiker number 4, Axel Brock. Middle blocker number 5, Andre Bakil. Starting setter number 6, Jerome Lopez. Opposite hitter number 10, Rolf Capalsa. Middle blocker number 11, Justin Santos. And outside spiker number 13, Kevin Montemayor. They're starting the bet as their team captain number 14, AJ Ruz. And the head coach for San Beda is Ariel De La Cruz.
We're back and you're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Billy Capistrano with Noringo as we take a look at the starters for the Cabuyao Stars men's volleyball team. Pendel Ramilo Adahar, Doria among others, and this time for the MKA San Beda University starting lineup. We have Bakil, Cabalsa, Lopez, Montemayor, Book, Santos, and Russ.
Well, it's a debut of both these teams, so it's very interesting to see how they will fare. Given we've noticed, we mentioned in the pregame, San Beda has a composition of former Spikers Turf players, and we see Montemayor, Bakil, Book. So how are they going to fare in this new squad? Although they had a good run in the NCAA.
That's right. Sabi nga natin in our pregame, it was a Cinderella story for the Red Spikers. They reached the finals in their collegiate league. And they really shocked a lot of people during that stint there. As we get set number 1 underway. Again, this is Cabuyao versus San Beda. Two very young teams, as Noreen mentioned, both making their debut here in the Spikers Turf.
Well, if the previous matches in the past days and this morning is any indication of how collegiate teams will fare, I mean, you have to give it to them. They're really in it to win it, we always say.
And it's great exposure as well for these young ones, as Cabuyao gets their first point here in our match and welcomes us all on day 3 of our Spikers Surf. Also game 3. We have another one later on.
4 games today.
Bakil gets the first point this time for San Beda.
Well, San Beda using quickness at the start. The blockers of Cabuyao not yet established, and they get that easy point.
Great to see, a lot of up-and-coming names in men's volleyball via the Spikers Turf. Great to see men's volleyball flourishing in the country as well. And that is going to be a violation called on San Beda.
Yeah, net violation. But I remember when I was kind of peeking at some of the lineups, and I'm like, isn't this player X
from here?
Yeah,
before. Yes.
This team and that. So there's a lot of player movement. So very few. I think Signal's one of the few that retained.
That's right.
The core, but the rest, a lot of player movements.
And this time, let's take a look at this wonderful play. Look at Book flying high for the Red Spikers.
Well, that was a great set also on the side of San Beda.
We're tied 2-all early on in our first set. And that's gonna sail outside for Cabstars.
Yeah, sorry, hitting error. I mean, these are the opportunities you have to take advantage of. Not, you know, I mean, the blockers weren't even there, but he hit it out. They have to be careful with those hits.
San Beda now with an early lead against Cabuyao. Again, this is our third game. We have 4 today. And that's going to be another point here for Cabuyao. A little too late to dig that up.
Yeah, that, you know, we have to give it. That was perfect passing for the Cabstars to be able to make that point because it was a good serve. We have to say, San Beda made a good serve as well.
Pretty good start for both our squads here in Paco. 3-all. One hand set. Up top, down below for San Beda. That was Justin Santos of San Beda soaring high, avoiding that single block on the other side.
So far, passing of San Beda also on point here.
Defense as well, right on cue, good dig. Here goes Book, he is blocked. They tried the other side this time, through that block for Lopez.
Well, that was like an ad-lib play for San Beda, a bump set, but still, they get the point. So, you like the way they're being creative in their plays.
Showing us some flavor here in Paco Arena. 2-point lead for San Beda. Cabstars will try. Good dig again. Babalik sa Cabstars ang bola. Blocked. No go. Joust at the net is won by Cabuyao.
Yeah. It was very busy and active at the net, but a smart brush there. Look at this one. Look at the way he just obviously brushed it.
Just let it glide a little bit to the side. And this is looking to be a very interesting match between these two young teams. One hand set again with a push that is outside.
Well, Bok had the same thing in mind, wanting to brush it off the blockers, but he saw the hands weren't there.
We are at another deadlock here in set number 1. Things looking pretty good for both our squads.
Oh.
What an attack from the back.
That was Kevin Montemayor.
A very familiar face to our Spikers Turf fans. We know what he can do, and that's why we're very excited to see what else he has in store for us with his new team.
Yeah. One thing I really remembered was his jump serve.
That's right. And we're going to see a lot of those coming right our way.
Oh,
Little hesitation. And there's Ralph Cabalsa, number 10 of San Beda. I believe it was his rookie season with the Red Spikers, and he really showed up.
yeah. Very impressive youngster there, but wasted opportunity on the side of Cabuyao.
Gotta get back on track here. Denied. They'll try again.
Oh, good dig.
Great coverage by San Beda. That's gonna be an automatic point for Cabuyao.
Well, they tried to keep it alive, but it just went past the antenna, Cabalsa.
We have Soriano on deck to serve for the white shirts.
Oh, good
And
serve.
that's gonna be a service ace. And first one, I believe, for Cabuyao as they tie this game 7-all.
You can see the position of that serve right smack in between two players. It's Rus and Cabalsa.
And this time it is outside, a little too strong for Soriano. As we go to our first technical timeout, San Beda in the lead 8-7.
back at the Paco Arena for your 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational. Like any new team, the Cabuyao Cabstars are here to gain experience, but they have been around as well. We all know how big the sport is in the province of Laguna. So nabuo ang desisyon ng team na ito to join the Spikers Turf because they made it to the finals of their province tournament but lost to Calamba. One problem they had there was focusing on their target to service, which obviously starts the momentum of any team. This will be one of the things they will work on. By the way, both coaches have known each other for a while now. They're actually good friends. They go way back since they took a coaching course in Leyte. They speak highly of each other, but have also scouted each other through the years. Billy, Noreen?
Thank you so much for that, Mika. Well, we always love healthy competition at magkaibigan pala yung mga coaches ng ating dalawang kupunan, which makes it even more interesting for those who know them and the fans of these squads.
And the humble beginnings, they started coaching courses together.
And now they're here in the Premier Men's League, Volleyball League here in our country. Take a look at the score right now. It is 9-7 in favor of the Red Spikers. Joust at the net again.
Wow. Oh.
And what happened there, Noreen?
Well, Lopez clipped the net there, but it was a long joust. You saw.
It's like time froze at
Look at this, look at
the
this.
at the top of the net. You don't see that often.
Yeah.
Kasi pag joust, medyo mabilis lang, di ba?
Someone wants to brush it. At that play we saw in the slow-mo, they both just wanted to see who has the more power.
That's right. And that sails outside for San Beda. Another point for Cabuyao. Again, tying this game 9-all. That was Kevin Montemayor.
Well, you can see here early on in the first set, consistency for both teams is a problem. You know, they're good kills, but then errors creeping in.
They need to be a little more focused in our set number 1. And that is a rejection from San Beda.
Well, you asked for them to focus. That was a focus block on the side of San Beda.
Great timing on that block as well for the red shirts.
I think that was Lopez.
That's right. Chance here for the Cabstars. Great blocking again. Defense on point for San Beda. They'll try Cabalsa. That hits the antenna, I believe. And that will be a point for Cabuyao.
That was an overpass. Lopez tried to keep that ball in play, but to no avail.
Abante ng dalawa ang San Beda here in our first set. Make that 9-10 in favor of San Beda. Lopez tries to save it. Is successful. There we have it. Correct score. 10-all. 10-11.
As we were checking the
That's
scores.
right. Of course it changes. 1 point advantage now for San Beda. It's been neck to neck here in set number 1. What a quick one. They save it. It's alive. Lopez. Good hustle. Soriano. Bump set. And that will be a point for the Cabstars.
Ramilo. And the opposite side of the court goes down the line. But you like the rallies,
Right.
the exchanges of both teams.
Siyempre, as you know, the fans watching right now, very worth it yung pagnood nila if you have these kinds of games, especially na first set pa lang. So imagine the next coming sets that we will have. Montemayor gets that point.
What a set by Lopez. That back set, Montemayor was left by his lonesome there with hitting practice. Look at this.
Take a look
One-on-one.
at the elevation as well of Montemayor. He is not the tallest person on the court, but he's so athletic, such a high leaper.
Oh,
It continues for San Beda.
Book with a single block there.
2-point lead now for the red shirts.
But still, you can sense that not one team has control of the tempo.
It can go either way,
Yeah.
basically, is what we're trying to say here in this first set. Just like that, natamaan sa ulo, of course, unintentional.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, hopefully, as I believe that was Panganiban, apologizes to San Beda.
Yeah, Bakil with a facial there.
At sabi mo nga, you can't really tell, which team is gonna get this set. And with the score right now, that is absolutely true. Montemayor, changing that tempo mid-air, is successful on the attack.
Yeah, he sold it really well. Complete wind up and then the last minute tip. When you talked about his athleticism, one thing that's really that stayed in my mind was his serves. Whoa!
Siyempre, hindi naman magpapahuli si Panganiban from Cabuyao.
Well, Cabuyao has been successful in the opposite side. Look at that. The blockers are slow to close.
And again, as we mentioned, Cabuyao is also debuting here in the Spikers turf. Well, what a great debut from them so far.
Oh! Book goes into the net. Wasted opportunity because he had the right thing in mind. He saw that hole behind the blockers.
It was a good attack as well. We're now tied again, 14 all. That's a little to the left, a little too wide for Cabuyao. That was Panganiban.
Again, these little errors here and there really creeping up, especially for Cabuyao.
It really adds up, especially when you take a look at the score at the end of the set. But this one, however, the San Beda Red Spikers doing great things here in our first set as they take the lead.
Madali naman po nakapag-adjust, lalo na po sa system ni Coach Titi. Gayun din po yung yun nga po, iba ko nakasama, mga naging ka-team ko na sa other leagues, kaya madali na naging connections. As a setter, imina-mindset ko na lang na may isang team captain, pero as a setter, ikaw din magsaset ng standards as a team captain sa loob ng team at during the game.
Watch the Spikers Surf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and on any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com. Let's get back to our match at hand. We have the Cabuyao Cabstars taking on MKA San Beda Red Spikers. Quite the set number one we're having right now. Long rallies, hard-hitting attacks, great defense from both squads. Here comes Cabalsa flying high. But the Cabuyao Cabstars, really having him checked here in our set.
I think that was Adahar, the setter.
Who we just saw.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. Let's take a look. Let's confirm.
Oh no, it was Michael Doria.
Another familiar face who played for VNS in the previous edition of our Spikers Surf. This point, however, goes to San Beda.
They're so evenly matched. I mean, you can see both teams. That's why it's just a one-point game.
And I'm sure it's going to get even more exciting when we reach the 20s.
Yes.
Right now, 16-17. And right on cue, service error here for San Beda. Again, we are tied. Another deadlock in our first set. Para ang daming nangyayari in our set one.
Justin Santos just served it long, but you can see the reason also why both teams can't control the tempos because of their individual errors.
Hustling hard, both squads. Another point for Cabuyao. That is too wide for Cabalsa. And we have Kevin Montemayor kind of just talking to him, telling him to calm down.
Yeah, because those are back-to-back errors for San Beda.
Cabuyao overtakes the Red Spikers, 18-17.
Oh,
Nobody home for Cabuyao.
that was Lopez.
And that's a great read for Lopez.
I mean, I think there was a mental breakdown there for the side of Cabuyao because the first one could have already been a gift.
Right. 18 all. Back row attack. That's good. But there's going to be a violation called on the Cabstars.
Yeah, that was clear. That was Dom Panganiban stepping on the attack line. So that's an illegal back row attack.
Let's take a look for those who weren't able to catch that as well. It's a great call by our referee. San Beda with that 1-point advantage. Balik sa isa, ang lead. Good coverage.
Whoa.
But the blocking, the net coverage for San Beda, out of this world as the Cabstars will call for time.
Yung sa'yo, dapat putos natin yun, di ba? Kailangan maging mindful tayo doon sa loob ng court.
Walter,
di ba?
huwag ka lagi, speaker, yung setter, laging pag ganun ang pasok, bukas ang palo mo, ganun, wala na lang.
Go. Wala na yun. Wala na yun. Kailangan natin ma-stop to, ha? Kailangan natin ma-stop to. Kailangan natin pumasa. Jun, pasa, ha? Kailangan natin pasa. Ayan, dalawa lang yan. Mindful, ha? Kailangan maging mindful kayo, ha? Go.
There you have it. Cabuyao Cabstars with their timeout. Great passing is what their coach was trying to emphasize as we see this monster block on the side of the Red Spikers. Kevin Montemayor. I mean, we saw him in that previous conference.
Yeah, and speaking of blocks, San Beda with 4 as compared to 1 for Cabuyao.
One of the biggest strengths of this San Beda team, sabi nga ni Noreen, definitely their blocking that they are showing everybody.
Oh!
And what happened there right off the hands of San Beda Red Spikers? I believe that is Book.
Yeah, well, that's why a coach will say, when in doubt, get. Because he was doubtful, is it going to land in? Is it going out? Last minute.
Made that split-second decision and didn't go his way. 20 all.
Oh!
Wow, what an attack. And they are feeling it. Up top, all the way down, dropping that hammer. Talking about back here. Let's take a look at this. We gotta take a look at this.
That was textbook volleyball on the side of San Beda. Book made up for his previous error with a perfect pass, and Bakil gets a kill.
Cabuyao will try, and this one off the hands of Rus.
Well, that was a smart hit on the side of Cabuyao. They acknowledged the fact San Beda's blocking well. They eluded the blocker, went over the blocker.
It is a 14th deadlock, Noreen, of our first set. Montemayor, they're going to try to save this. They do. Chance here for the Red Spikers. They give it back to Kevin Montemayor. Changes approach.
Still alive.
Here they come. Almost, but not quite. And that was Panganiban. And they take the lead here in our first set, 22-21. And he has been doing amazing things for the Cabstars, Noreen, here in our first set.
Yeah, look at this save first and foremost.
Credit that to the save that we just saw.
Yeah. And with the help of the blockers. But yeah, I mean, the Cabstars claim a 1-point lead.
Cabstars with a serve. Another point for Cabuyao.
That was Saudi Soriano with a one-on-one.
And with that, the MKA San Beda Red Spikers will call for time.
Dalawa lang.
Sige lang. Tanin nyo yung receipt dyan.
tumakbo ka doon, bakit? Sino nandito sa dulo? Buok. Pag tumaas, pag wala, pwede ka mag-down the line. Pwede ka rito. Okay? Si pakombinasyon mo doon si Bakil at saka si Kevin. Pag sumabay kay Bakil, Kevin, abang ka doon. Ha? Sige, sige.
Sa SBU!
And right now, the MKA San Beda Red Spikers, led by Kevin Montemayor, they are down 2 points here in the crucial moments of our first set. They gotta get something good here. They go to Montemayor.
You ask for something good, and of
Here it
course
is.
they will go to Kevin Montemayor come crunch time, and he delivers.
So we have been mentioning this the whole set number 1. We do not know who the set will, belong to by the end of it. 23-22. Bakil with 2 attack points under his belt here.
Good
Chance here.
pass. Oh,
That's 4 touches. It does not go over for Saudi Soriano. That's going to be an attack error. As Cabuyao, this time we'll discuss a couple of things.
O, di diskartehan natin. Hindi yung papaluin na lang natin ng basta-basta. Ibig sabihin, wala tayong intensyon. Kahit hindi yan, sampasa uling maganda. Sampasa maganda. Parang si Ego dumiskarte dyan. Kahit hindi yan. Laban to, ha? Laban natin to, ha? Laban to, ha?
Para wala natin first set, go, kapit.
Go, 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 go!
There you have it, talking about, everything has to be intentional when they're on the court. This is the 4th lead change. 15th deadlock. And the 4th lead change here in our first set.
and the first set seems like forever.
So mas madami pang deadlock kesa sa lead changes natin dito. And what a treat for all our volleyball fans this beautiful Wednesday. 23-all is our score. Montemayor again. He's denied. No go. Other side. Bakil. That was balk rather. And these red spikers put us at set point here.
But look at this. Look at that set by Lopez. Really, that shoot set, and Boak only had one blocker.
Beautiful play by the red spikers. Able to regroup. Cabstars with the answer. Not quite.
Oh, playable, playable.
Montemayor, a little too short. Medyo nagmamadali na rin kasi in that play. It was definitely a broken play for the red spikers.
And they look like sky balls, like we were looking constantly at the roof or the ceiling of this Paco Arena.
And don't look now, 24-all for Cabuyao and San Beda. This is just a first set to remind everyone.
And this one is Garcia into serve.
Crucial serve. Montemayor.
Oh,
No check on
that.
that. Well, from our point of view, it was pretty clean.
Yeah.
But we will see. They're going to call a challenge on this, talking about San Beda. And why not?
Why not?
Yeah, because no challenges have been called yet here in our set one. And, well, you're going to fight for that point, especially at the tail end.
look at the score. I mean, it's 24 apiece. If that really goes wide, that's 25 in favor of the Cabstars.
We had the expectation set. No expectation set for this game. Both teams knew, right? For San Beda, we have seen them in the collegiate league the last summer. As for Cabuyao, well, they're a pretty new team, a lot of rising stars, and they're living up to the name of rising stars talaga.
Actually, that's what makes this conference really special for the Spikers Turf, because 24 teams. I mean, how many stars will you discover? Or
Exactly.
talents will you discover with that much number of players?
Really paving the way for men's volleyball here in the country. San Beda now waiting for the results of the challenge. Coach Ariel De La Cruz crossing his fingers. Because again, we are tied 24-all.
Okay, so now we know 2 Ariel de la Cruzes. One of NU, the assistant coach, Don de la
right.
Cruz.
Was there a check? There was. Pretty clear there was.
Yeah.
That was a good call because again we couldn't see it. It was so fast. Everything happened so fast that we weren't able to really tell kung may check talaga or hindi. So good call by San Beda.
Yeah, that was Kevin Montemayor. He was so sure that that clipped a finger. And look at the score.
Set point again for the Red Spikers as Montemayor on deck to serve. 25 serving 24.
Good
That's a
serve.
good receive as well. Good coverage. A little too late for Cabuyao. And that will be it for set number 1. Amazing volleyball, we saw from both our squads. Final score here, set number 1. 26-24. And what a set number 1 we saw from MKA San Beda Red Spikers and the Cabuyao Cabstars 26-24. What can you say about our first set? What can you say about the players that we got introduced to in our first set?
I'm still busy drinking water from the first set. It was so intense, so close. You love the fight from both teams. It's not perfect. Some errors, more errors, I feel, on the side of San Beda, but it was a great set. We didn't expect anything because it's the first time for at least me to cover both teams, and they did not disappoint. It had good defense, it had combination plays, good serves, and one team had to prevail. Let's look at some numbers here. In terms of attack, San Beda, it didn't seem like they had 16 as compared to 9. It felt closer than that. And then the blocking, we knew that. We talked about the strength of the blocking. Serves went the way of the Cabstars, so that would pretty much even out at 3, right? 5-2, 3-0. And this is what's weird for me is San Beda committed 10. It looked like it was pretty even, but it was 10 and 5. So 5 more errors on the side of San Beda, which obviously is what kept the Cabstars in the match. So let's see right now in the second set if San Beda will check their Waterloo or their weakness, which are the errors.
And with that, set number 2. Here we go. We are live here at the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center. Again, Billy Capistrano, Noreen Go, Mika Abesamis. Cabstars versus the Red Spikers. Another explosive start to our game, or our set rather. Chance here for the white shirts. Great blocking. What a great save! That was Centeno. What a dig for him. They send it to the other side with a push that goes outside. for San Beda.
Yeah, Lopez wanted to set it to like a low shoot set, but it was an over set. But yeah, you're right. Really, what a start here in the
Here
second
we
set.
go again. And I hope everybody watching us now on Pilipinas Live, you guys are having a great time because us over here in Paco, it is 100% yes.
Yes. As you were saying that, an ace serve by Panganiban. Sorry, that was Echo Adahar.
That's
for
their setter,
Cabstars, yeah.
right? Try again. Trying to go for that 1-2 play. What a block from Cabuyao. But that will sail outside. Great effort though. I mean, now we can see na lumalaban rin yung Cabstars here in our second set after falling short just a little bit in that first one.
Extended first set.
Combination play!
Wow.
The blocking here in this game, specifically for the Red Spikers and Kevin Montemayor. He can do
They
everything.
can. I mean, that was a one-on-one. Great anticipation for that solid single block.
Pays to be patient. Chance here again for the white shirts. No go, rejected. They try the other side. A little off. Puntos para sa San Beda.
Yeah, you see, that's what good blocking can do for you. San Beda, obviously, being active at the net. So now the Cabstars, we're thinking, how are we going to counter the block? So they're trying to do, much more than supposed to. And then the error. Good stop there.
And a miss hit from Panganiban.
Well, if we can see the slow-mo of that, you can see that Panganiban wanted to go for it. Which is, yeah, you do it in practice. Look at that. But he thought, he had doubts in his mind, and that changed the complexion of that ball.
And you were saying those split-second decisions.
Yeah. Especially when you're ready, when the ball
Up in
is
the air, right?
in
It's
the
already
air.
there. One of the biggest leads, I would say, in our match right now. 3 points. San Beda at 5, Cabstars at 2.
Well, speaking of the Cabstars, their leading scorers Panganiban with 7, Adahar and Soriano, and Ramilio with 2. For San Beda, Montemayor with 7, Lopez with 4, Cabalsa with 3. So you see a lot of names contributing for both teams.
But what about that play for Cabuyao? Blink, and you would have missed it.
I blinked, so I missed it.
They'll have another one.
Okay.
5-3. Catching up quick, talking about Cabuyao.
Oh,
And again, those errors. They did have less errors than the Red Spikers in that first set, as we saw a while ago. That's going to be a chance here for San Beda again. They're up by 3.
remember the errors for Cabuyao was at the start of that set. So San Beda was trying to control it, but then they kept it at 5. That's why it became close towards the end.
But Kevin Montemayor. And they're going to call it a point for the Red Spikers. They're having some conversations here talking about Cabuyao. We will see if they're going to pull up a challenge. And they're going to say that there was a check. So first challenge here for the Cabuyao Cabstars. We only had one challenge in our first set called by San Beda. It was successful, if you remember.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the second referee, Erlinder Eusebio. He was the one signaling to the coaching staff of Cabuyao, you could challenge. He signaled a box.
Kunin nyo.
Challenge if you're questioning the call, because it was a late call.
Right.
They referred to the linesman. So we'll see.
And that on your screens. A while ago, that was Coach Christian Antiporta for Cabuyao. As we await the results of this challenge, we actually have the monitor right beside us. So we can see the results already, but then we're gonna wait for it to pop up here on our screens. But a great chance, for the coaches to be able to regroup and kind of talk to the players. Right now, San Beda with that 3-point advantage early on in our second set.
Well, San Beda, a good start, obviously. And like you said, Billy, a 3-point lead. If they can, again, we talked about their errors. They had 5 more than double. They doubled, actually. 5 errors for Cabuyao, 10 for San Beda. If they can check that here in the second set and then continue to attack, it would be a more comfortable lead.
Well, let's take a look at the results. The replay. Was there a block touch?
Nada.
No block touch here. And the point will go to Cabuyao. Gotta thank the ref for reminding them that they are allowed. They are allowed to challenge. Again, this is Cabuyao's first time here in the Spikers turf, joining our league.
They will get used to the protocols.
Right. Let's get back to this game. Here comes Soriano. They're gonna call it outside. Or are they gonna call another challenge?
Yeah. Well, they were successful the first time.
We'll see, because they were signaling. The players on the court were signaling to the bench. There, another challenge here called by Cabuyao, asking for a block touch this time. So another waiting game for everybody. Well, it's good that they're actually calling those challenges, Noreen. Especially because it is such a tight game. Every single point matters. And, take a look at the score. 2 points. If they win this, it's going to be a 1-point lead.
Yeah. And also, it's the vantage point of the spiker. I mean, you're the one who knows best if it touched the blocker.
There you have it. Clear as day there was. The point will go to Cabuyao, I believe. There we have it.
Well, what was weird with that slow-mo, with the challenges, it looked like the blockers were the Cabuyao Cabstars.
We're going to clarify some of these things.
That's not the correct, for me, that's
Right.
not the correct play to challenge, because it was a Cabstar who was blocking.
So the officials right beside us having a couple of conversations, trying to kind of figure out what went down in that challenge.
No, I mean, which play it was the actual challenge of the Cabstars.
That's right. Kasi hahanapin nila yan.
But you saw it, right?
Yes.
That challenge when they showed was
It wasn't
it was
the
them.
red spike. Yeah, it wasn't the red spikers going up for that block.
Yeah.
Now we can see, sisilip natin yung monitor, and red shirts na ang naka-block. Or we're gonna take a look and kind of wait it out. A few more conversations here. But again, it is a 2-point lead for San Beda right now. Cabuyao trying to say there was a block touch on that last sequence. So if they do win this challenge, it will be a 1-point game.
Yes.
Just to clarify everything, especially if you just tuned in, you don't really know what's going on and why it's taking so long. I do believe there we go. Was there? I think it was I'm not sure. There, the pinky, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
The pinky. It was a pinky that hit. So at any rate, either way, it was still, a successful challenge. It is still a successful challenge.
It was the pinky of that player right there, Kevin Montemayor.
Tawa na lang siya. Tawa na lang siya. Let's move on.
Because I'm sure he knew it already.
That's right. Lopez to Kevin Montemayor. Tries to avenge himself. No go. Quick play. Another one. Back set. Over the blockers. They give this one to Soriano. Lopez to Montemayor.
Still alive.
And a rally going on here.
Ooh, good save.
That was a good effort by Soriano. Single block. Still nothing. Soriano tries to end it.
Oh, it's still alive.
Chance here for San Beda. Soriano again. And this is taking quite a while, but San Beda Red Spikers will end that long rally.
Oh, to be young and survive these long rallies, Montemayor just still went for it.
It
The
was
Matrix.
That was coming off a long break too.
Yeah.
A long, parang walang nangyari.
That's true. Oh, good serve.
2-point lead, San Beda, Soriano. Using the blocker from the back row. Oh, chance here. Chance here for San Beda. Montemayor gets another point. As we go to our first technical timeout, number 2.
Set 2 of our third match here at the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational. And as we know, San Beda is the sister of the Santa Rosa team. They have shared coaches and players through the years. Their head coach, Ariel de la Cruz, was an assistant coach of Santa Rosa in the Open Conference. In terms of their players, Cabstars, Adahar, Magsino, and Centeno were all Coach Ariel's players. So it wasn't so hard for him to scout, hence the deadlocks. The thing is, though, even if they all come from one family, it is not easy to keep changing teams and coaches. The challenge is the camaraderie on the court. He is hopeful that by playing 23 other teams, they would get to know each other more. Pero sana daw soon. Billy, Noreen?
Thank you so much for that, Mika. So a lot of familiarity between both our squads. That's why Mika said, ang daming deadlock, because they know each other very well. They've scouted one another as well.
We had like what, 15 deadlocks in set number 1?
And only 4 lead changes.
Yeah.
So that says a lot about these two squads and how this game is possibly going to pan out for everyone. And it's back to a 1-point lead here in our first set.
Well, you know, really, if teams are very familiar, you do scrimmages, right? Pick-up games. Come tournament. Whoa! Whoa!
Galit na galit. But wow, that was something else. I know you were in mid-sentence.
No, I'm not gonna say it anymore. This spike of box supersedes everything.
And it was a spike heard all over the Paco Arena events at Sports Center.
Yeah, but we've seen him even in the past conferences. You know, we know what he can do. I mean, you give him an open space, his airspace. He's gonna
take charge.
Yeah.
1-point lead now for San Beda. That is outside, but they're looking at the bench. Lopez, in particular, they're gonna say that was ball in. So that only means one thing. Another challenge is coming our way.
Another lull here. Let's wait.
But everybody, needs a breather also. I mean, we welcome the little breaks in between, the little resets, because there has been a lot of things going on in the past minutes of action here in Paco. So thank you for joining us on Pilipinas Live, which is now available for Filipinos everywhere. That's a good thing. Kasi syempre, meron ding mga relatives yung mga players natin living abroad. And I've heard feedback that that's one of the best things that's happened, is that they're able to watch the players.
I mean, these platforms, you love it that they're being made available to the public, not only in our country, like you said.
Again, it is a 1-point lead for San Beda in set number 2. For those who just tuned in, they won that set number 1. Let's take a look at this. What do you think? It was ball out. That's right. So unsuccessful challenge. Lopez was saying that it went in.
That was like a toothpick.
Konting-konti na lang.
Oh.
But again, that will be a point, or the point remains rather, with Cabuyao.
Oh.
You know, Book just...
He's
Ang
feeling it.
ganda ng gising niya today. Take a look at that.
Yeah. Pero you gotta give it to Soriano.
Yep.
I mean, he got a hand at that.
Hindi lang nataas.
Oh. Overpass.
Chance here for San Beda. Monster block for the Cabstars. And we are tied again, this time at 10.
You know, these are the rare times that San Beda was given a free ball. They chose to set it up, but then they got blocked. Had they gone for that free ball, you know, they could have gotten the point. They were able, Cabuyao was able to establish their block. So, I mean, food for thought.
That's right. Couple of adjustments that they need to watch out for. And that is too strong for San Beda. As
Yeah.
we...
Justin Santos with a hitting error. They have to be careful. We talked about their errors. I mean, they had 10 in the first set, just 5 for Cabuyao, and they started the set really strong. Now they're lapsing into errors, and look at that. Cabstars has taken over.
And we have substitutions for the Red Spikers. Some fresh legs. That will be a point for the red shirts.
Lopez, very sneaky in that play. Just a second ball dump there. Look at this.
Nobody expected it from Lopez. Panganiban? Sorry, that was Adahar. Back to 1-point advantage.
Yeah, that was Munsing. Ano? Magsino, sorry.
And just like that, Noreen, it's another deadlock.
Yes. Well, we did say, I mean, first set, 4 lead changes, 15 deadlocks.
And of course, we're gonna pull up those numbers again later on. We gotta let this set simmer a little bit more. But I believe the biggest lead that we've had in this game would be 3 points.
Yes. And that was the early part of
Right.
this set.
And we can confirm later on, but I believe that is the number. They go to Montemayor over the blockers. It's gonna be a point for the Red Spikers.
Yeah, that was Dom Panganiban caught with his hand touching the net.
So good eye by our referee. 2-point advantage for San Beda. Lopez on deck to serve for the red shirts.
Oh, what a serve.
Puntos na naman para sa Red Spikers.
Yeah, the set was too low for Magsino, who tried to power it over, but it clipped the net. This is a cushion, right? 12, 15, that's a cushion here.
That's a luxury.
That's a luxury.
Cabuyao will try.
Oh, what a dig.
Good floor coverage. And this is the biggest lead possibly that we've had throughout this whole match as we go to our second technical timeout.
hindi na basta-basta yung magiging kalaban namin eh. More powerful na kalaban. So yun yung dapat namin i-overcome at the same time. Kailangan maging consistent yung teamwork namin simula una hanggang dulo. So yun, kailangan din namin na hindi magpabaya sa mga larong lalaban namin.
Experience a new way to feel the heart of volleyball. Watch every set, spike, dig, and block live in HD and on demand anytime, anywhere, and on any device via Pilipinas Live app. Download and register now. Now back to this match. 3-point lead for San Beda. As they go to Kevin Montemayor. Drops the hammer again.
He has been silent towards his 10s, 11s, and 12s, and now he has to get more active for San Beda.
Which is not good news for the Cabuyao Cabstars. Once you get Kevin Montemayor activated, you know what he can do.
Yep.
They need something good.
Oh, solid defense.
Montemayor. They go to Soriano.
Oh!
What a block! What a block from MKA San Beda. We gotta take a look at that one more time.
Let's see who got a hand at that. KM, Kevin Montemayor.
Kung kaya natin lapit yung pasa, depensa dun sa setter, di ba? Mas okay. Kasi yung mismo setter natin, nahihirapan iba to eh. Nagkaintindihan. Tapos coverage. Coverage. Hindi natatapos yung volleyball hanggang nagwi-whistle yan. Tapos, wag straight ball. Hinabangan straight ball eh. Go, laban na.
Hey, tara! Hey, Cabs! Hey, Cabs!
All right, let's take a look at some of the social media comments. This one is from Macanya. My impulsive self bought Spikers Turf tickets to support my hometown Cabuyao Cabstars since 15 minutes walk lang. That's great news. And we hope that you're enjoying this wonderful match. But right now, San Beda kind of taken control of this set. The Cabuyao Cabstars, though, great effort from them. Now, what can you say about the changes that we've been seeing here in the second set, Noreen?
Well, you know, for me, it's more of both teams using their strengths to their advantage. I mean, especially San Beda. Right now, they have 8 blocks, 8 total blocks. So they've been using that. We saw that in the first set. They're continuing here in the second set. So not much changes. It's more of just following obviously the game plan.
Following the game plan, following the system. Soriano flies high, gets the point.
Well, you know, for Cabuyao Cabstars 3D, I think it's more of you cannot be scoring in, you know, now, then maybe later.
Like little pockets.
Yeah.
It has to be consistent.
It has to be consistent because you see the talent. You know what this team is capable of doing. You have to, you know, if they can play well all together at the same time, right? I mean, they're down by 4, but we've seen them come back in set number 1.
That's why there are a couple of substitutions here for Cabuyao. Fresh legs for the white shirts. Trying to see what will work here in our second set. Here comes Soriano with a push.
Oh!
Carrillo, great effort by San Beda. But that will be a violation called on the red shirts.
I think that tip by Soriano already touched the ground.
Let's take a look at it. What do you think? Expert opinion?
It looked like a good pancake. Well, anyway, let's just stick with the referee's decision.
As we go back to this game, that's going to be an easy kill here for San Beda.
Again, being active at the net. Make it really hard for Cabuyao to get through.
I believe that was Cabalsa, who's been pretty silent here in our game, surprisingly. Soriano on the other side. Lopez with a 1-2 play. We go to Dasig.
Oh, still in play.
Chance here.
Oh,
a quick one. But a botched play for San Beda will result in a point for Cabuyao.
He was going to, Boak was going to hit it over. Then he saw a hole there in zone 4. Look at this. He saw that.
Good intention. The intention was definitely there. Execution,
not so
yes,
good.
not so good. Again, you were talking about yung mga split-second decisions that matter the most, especially in this sport when you're hanging in the air.
Yeah. That's one thing these kids will learn.
Like, don't hesitate.
Yeah.
Like that one. Simple, right? That was Michael Doria. And Doria, again, we mentioned he is a familiar face. Played for VNS in the previous edition of the Spikers Turf. I believe one of the veterans here for the Cabstars as Soriano on deck to serve. 5 points now.
Yeah, but Doria's contributions are few and far between for me. So maybe they should give him more touches.
That's right. And we know that he can be an effective middle blocker as well here. Take a look at that score, 19-20, just like that, as we go for time.
Yan ang pagkakataon. Parang error mo nga. Pag nag-error kayo, para kayo namatayan na eh. Tuloy. Huwag kayo mag-stop. Huwag niyo sila pagbigyan ng pagkakataon. Isa pa yan. Kailangan natin, may-depensa naman. Pag pumalo, diskarte. Ay, hindi puro. Gaganon na tayo. Hindi nakakapatay eh. Hindi naman nakakapatay. Yan ang problema na. Nakaka-atake tayo. Ang problema, hindi nakakapatay. Ang importante, magpuntos tayo. Hey. Ganda natin yung
And just like that, it is just a 1-point game here in our second set. And everything's been happening so fast that you really have to pay attention to this game to keep up. Because the last thing I remember, it was a 5-4 point lead for San Beda.
Just as we were thinking that, okay, San Beda's gonna take control of the set. No, here come Cabuyao, Cabstars.
And what have they been doing right, Noreen, in the past couple of plays?
I think they've just been playing their game, Not much errors, just challenging the blocking of San Beda. San Beda lapsing into errors, which is their weakness so far.
Remember, 10 errors for the red shirts in the first set, just 5 for Cabuyao. Take a look at that, the Cabuyao Cabstars, after trailing by as much as 4 points, now overtake San Beda in our second set.
Well, slowly but surely, and you like the substitutions made by Coach De La Cruz.
And you also like how they weren't, frazzled.
Yeah.
When San Beda had that lead, they kept their composure.
Oh!
Unfortunate error for Cabuyao.
Yeah, he's pointing at the lights there, like a blind spot, and he totally lost the ball there. I mean, wasted opportunity.
21 all.
Oh!
And what happened? No one there for Cabuyao. I think there was a miscommunication of some sort kung sino yung kukuha ng bola.
That was just a good serve, we have to say. Just barely crossed the net.
Now for this set, 7 deadlocks, 5 lead changes. Not as much as the first, but still a very exciting set nonetheless.
Chance.
Combination play. It is good for the Cabstars.
See, that's what they're doing right. They're challenging. It's new, there's different 6 for Cabuyao is working well for them.
And fearless on the attacks as well against San Beda. And there's also a shift in energy, if you've noticed, from both our squads. San Beda a little lost right now. And the errors continue for the red shirts. But they're going to call a block touch. They're going to say there was a block touch on that. There was a check.
I'm not going to give a comment until I see
Let's
the...
wait and see.
Yeah.
So another lull that we're having right now. And if you guys are in the area, we have another game coming up that is at 5 p.m. I believe, well, it depends on, how this game is going to go. Right now, it's 4 p.m. So hopefully at 5 p.m., there's a game, the last game of our quadruple header this Wednesday. If you guys are in the area, why not join the fun. That's gonna be a good game as well. I believe Pool D ang maglalaban.
2 new teams again, no?
Yes. As we take a look at this, and then you can say your comment after.
Yeah,
There was an index finger.
There was.
Index finger. There was a block touch. A good call by the Red Spikers. And what was your comment?
No, because the sound of the contact
Right.
of the ball, it looked like it was flat. So
parang walang...
No, walang
Right.
topspin, but then it raised that index finger, that pointing finger. Well, that was a good challenge.
That's a
for
good
San
challenge.
Beda.
Lucky break there for San Beda. As Cabuyao will now call for time.
Go, Dre. Go, Dre. Go.
Kailangan natin makaputas. Kailangan natin mag-stop to. Okay?
On good pa tayo. Walang relax. Ba't sa mga papalo ka coveran? Okay.
Base. Huwag natin sayangin yung hinabol natin, ha. Tara, tayo tumapos ito. Go! Cabstars! Yeah.
And you heard it from the Cabstars themselves. Tayo ang tatapos nito.
Yeah, and they know that they worked hard to get back into this set. So you heard a lot of wag natin sayangin, you know, let's finish this.
Because remember, San Beda won that first set. And Cabuyao fighting hard this second set. We have Lopez on your screens. Siyempre, ngiti-ngiti lang sa net. Pero alam na kung anong gagawin as we get back to this game. Off the block for Ramilo. Much needed point. 23 all is our score. We got substitutions. Adahar comes back in as well as Panganiban, well rested and ready to rock and roll.
Ready to finish this.
Could go to either team. But San Beda cannot, be relying on the errors of Cabuyao to get those points. They need some attacks here. Lopez. Speaking of, exactly what they needed.
That was huge. That was huge for San Beda. Because you can sense that, Cabuyao kind of got the rhythm right now here towards the end of the second set. But what a kill there for San Beda.
That's a momentum buster
Yeah.
right there. Set point for San Beda. Combination play is good. That was Ramilo out of nowhere.
I mean, what a time for that set, I mean, look at the blockers. They didn't know what hit them. They kept jumping and saying, who are we going to defend? And now it is another extended set.
Great play from Cabuyao. 24 all. Reminiscent of what happened in that first set. Monster block by Soriano. It's got you feel good blocking Kevin Montemayor.
And they just read it. They knew that San Beda was going to Kevin Montemayor.
And because of that, San Beda will regroup.
Guys, huwag kayong magmamadali. May puntos pa yan, ha? Kailangan natin makatay dyan. Okay? Maka-receive tayo muna ng maayos. Dali nyo sa gitna. Pag may receive, kombinasyon ka. Kayo mga blocker, spiker, pagka walang receive, gawa kayo ng paraan. Hindi puro palo ng palo. Kung nakita nyo dalawa yung block, alanganin, pacheck nyo na lang. Pag walang blocker, single-single.
Boys, always tayo cover tayo, ha? SBU!
On the scoreboard, Cabstars at 25, MKA San Beda 24.
Well, I think this is the first time the Cabstars have set point, no? Have gotten to set point. So they have to grab the opportunity.
And when it is your first time here in this league, Spikers turf set point. Siyempre may konting pressure,
That's
may
true.
konting kaba. But if you're San Beda, how do you want this set to end? Because now the momentum is on your side and you can have control, of the last few moments of the set.
No, it's exactly, well,
Never mind.
no, good kill. But no, Billy, it's exactly as you said for San Beda. You don't want to wait for
Right.
Cabuyao to commit the errors. You want to work and finish this second set. Same thing for Cabuyao.
But right now,
Good
Noreen Cabuyao, 1 point advantage.
Oh, chance!
Panganiban, unsuccessful. They go to Kevin Montemayor! And that is
out.
too strong.
Yeah, no challenge.
We're waiting for the final decision. No challenge for San Beda, and both teams with a set apiece here in Paco Arena, 27-25 in favor of the Cabstars. Back here at the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, Billy Capistrano with Noringo, and what a second set we just had. I mean, a lot of the times, we were at a loss for words. What was happening? Ang bilis ng mga pangyayari. You know, credit the Cabuyao Cabstars for really turning things around for themselves.
Yeah, that's what you like. From what you saw in set number 2, it seemed like, we did mention that set number 2, it seemed like San Beda was going to claim the second set, to win the second set, but Cabuyao just fought so hard. We heard in their huddle, we worked so hard to make this a set, and finally, they get the second set. That was pure teamwork for you. Good substitutions on their end. Yeah, let's look at some numbers first. In terms of attacks, see, even they got the attacks, 13-11. Remember the first set, it was all San Beda. Blocking 4-2, serves 1 apiece. But here's what another, the weakness of San Beda is they're always committing more errors. 11 as compared to 9. I mean, the Cabstars had their own set of errors, but that happened early on, right? When San Beda had control. But towards the end, it was San Beda really, they couldn't get their groove there in the second set.
That's right. And speaking of, the good substitutions, we do have some new players on the court for San Beda. We have Rossman announcing his entry here, joining his teammates. Maybe, some adjustments being made here for the side of the red shirts. Kasi patas na naman, ulit, ang Cabuyao at ang red spikers. Here's
two extended sets,
That's
Billy.
right. So if you guys have plans, kind of maybe rethink those plans. Let's wait for this game to end. The game that can go to just anybody. Here comes Kevin Montemayor. Good blocking. He'll try again, second time, still blocked. And of course, we have Bakil who takes things, into his own hands.
Yeah.
Siya na daw magtatapos.
Yeah, because he was actually really needed in the second set, and he was very quiet, especially towards the end of the second set. He needs to step on the gas here in the third set.
If they want that advantage, but looks like the Cabuyao Cabstars are not slowing down based on that attack.
Well, speaking of the Cabuyao Cabstars, some leading scorers, Panganiban with 8, Soriano with 6 right now, Adahar with 4, and Ramilo from out of nowhere with 5 points. San Beda, Montemayor with 12, Bok with 7, Bakil with 5.
You know, we want to commend Ramilo also. Ramilo and Soriano, they were two of the players who really led the charge for the Cabstars in that second set, towards the end especially.
And that's what you like to see from Cabuyao is, you know, at the start it was Panganiban, then Soriano, then Ramilo. So it was a total team effort. That's what they need.
A very deep bench for Cabuyao. What an asset for them. Scoreboard 2-all in our third set. Very familiar place for both our squads. Ito yung mga nangyari in the previous sets for both of them. Another point here for Cabuyao. That was Panganiban.
So now, because a lot of different contributions on the side of Cabuyao, San Beda's thinking hard, who are we going to guard? Who are we going to defend? Everyone is contributing.
They send this one to Montemayor. Na tinanggal na yung sleeves niya. That means he means business.
Yeah.
No more fun and games here.
And see the way he soared for this. Look at this.
And they need more, definitely, of Montemayor here in this third set.
Oh!
No slowing down for Cabuyao. Soriano, one of the fire starters for the Cabstars.
Yeah, and one thing we noticed, Soriano is the smart player, the thinking player, just looking for those holes.
That's going to be an error on the part of San Beda. Not the best of starts here for the Red Spikers, I would say.
But we do have to say it's not obviously how you start because they started out strong in the second set.
That's right, and fell to Cabuyao. They go to Montemayor, and he is blocked!
Well, Cabuyao looking good here in the third set if they can use the advantage that San Beda has, which is blocking, and they can use that. Boy, this is going to be an interesting set number 3.
Chance here for San Beda. That's going to be a free point given to them via that service error. Cabuyao still holding on to that slim 2-point lead. Here comes Kevin Montemayor, the famous jump serve. Nobody there, nobody home for San Beda. So we see a lot of, lapses in the defense here of the Red Spikers. They're starting to get a little bit rattled by Cabuyao and the confidence that the Cabstars are exuding here in the third set.
So different. I mean, this when you watch Cabuyao here in the third set, it's like it's a different team altogether.
Definitely agree with you on that one. Pero yun lang yung mga kailangan nilang iwasan. Those service errors and the other attack errors at this point will go to San Beda, who, on the other hand, can't rely on the errors of the Cabstars.
Right. Well, it is a challenge for San Beda. How are you going to respond to the way the Cabstars are starting?
And the attacks are getting louder here for the Cabstars. 8-5. We'll be right back.
Back at the Paco Arena for your 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational. Now, Gab Magsino has been around at 23, but despite this, he still thinks there's so much more to learn, specifically on blocking and service, he said. He has been trying to improve himself, but it is not helping that he is still recovering from a left ankle injury, which he got from a tune-up matchup. And he is doing the usual rest, ice, compress, elevate. But his schedule, which is composed of working for a government agency as an engineer from 8 to 5 p.m., then practice for volleyball from 8 p.m. to 12 midnight, is delaying this recovery. That day job is in Batangas while he practices in Cabuyao, Laguna. So the travel, the physical work, even the mental stress of the injury are all hindrances. But he is on point, making sure his therapy is a priority. Billy, Noreen?
Thank you so much for that report, Mika. And hopefully he gets well very, very soon. That was Gab Magsino. Mika's report was on Gab Magsino. And she also mentioned that Gab also has a day job.
Yeah.
And a lot of the players here in the Spikers Surf, people will be surprised that they do have day jobs and still, commit to practices and to games.
That's how much they love volleyball.
That's right. As we get back to this game, 3-point lead for the Cabstars. Adahar will go to Panganiban.
Good receive.
They go to Montemayor. And finally, he is alive and kicking in our third set.
You can see Bakil signaling the energy. Let's pump it up right now because that's what they need. Talk about San Beda.
And I'm sure for all our Red Spikers fans, they want to see Ralph Cabalsa also get activated here. That's him. He's been pretty silent here in this game as the Cabstars get another point here, finding that open spot. So a lot of problems arising here for the Red Spikers at this point.
Magsino, just a smart drop there. But you know what you like about the Cabstars? They're defending well. They're frustrating the San Beda squad.
And they look very frustrated right now. Kaya nga nakaka-atake na ganun si Kevin Montemayor. So sobrang inis and maybe a little bit of frustration that things are not really going the way that they wanted to here in our third set. Credit that to Cabuyao. They found their footing. Again, we talked about the confidence that they have right now. It's a totally different team. Montemayor again. Good save by Soriano. One-hand save. They send it over. Chance here for the Red Spikers. One-hand set. That was a little tight. They make do.
Boy. It looks scrappy, when you're just watching it, but really the effort Cabuyao's putting into every play.
Munsing comes to join his teammates on the court. Bakil takes a little bit of a break. And Coach Ariel hoping, that this is going to be a good change here for San Beda.
Yeah, obviously finding a right six.
But things not looking too good here for the Red Spikers. Take a look at that score, Noreen. 4 points. More substitutions. Rosman takes a rest as Tahiludin checks in again.
Well, Coach is emptying his bench right now.
Trying to find an answer.
Yeah.
Because everything going right for the Cabstars at this point in the third set. Not good news for the Red Spikers. They go to Montemayor. And finally gets a point for San Beda.
Yeah, that was a net touch on Magsino there.
So again, this is, off of an error of Cabuyao. They need to get those attacks. Talking about San Beda, get their offense going.
Yeah, and if you're Cabuyao, you don't want to give new life to San Beda because of your errors.
Correct. You don't want to give them those chances to bounce back. Tahiludin. Adahar want to play. Nandoon ang blocker.
Still alive.
A chance here for the Red Spikers. And they will go to Montemayor. Challenging the blockers of the Cabstars. And you want to see more of those kinds of attacks here in the third set coming from him.
Yeah, he needs to take charge. He has to be the consistent one for San Beda.
Tries to save it, a little too late.
Yeah, miscue there on the side of Cabuyao. And you don't want to see that. Look at the score.
I know, just like that, it is back to a 1-point lead.
Boy, good serve.
That was a good serve
Oh!
Great blocking. Oh, it's still alive.
Oh!
Just a little too late to get that one. Talking about Munsing. Lucky break here for Cabuyao.
Well, they kept, they were still in the rally, and San Beda just took their eyes off of the ball and didn't know what hit them.
They kind of relaxed a little bit on that play as we
Kinda
took it.
watched.
Magsino, that's right. 5 points for him.
Oh,
They fight Tahiludin. That is off the block.
boy, you gotta half that point to Book. That was a monster serve, but what a pass by Book.
Steady receiving from the San Beda Red Spikers. They are down 1 point. Blocking is good for San Beda. They try Soriano this time.
Oh!
And just like what happened in that second set, Sauri Soriano leading that charge for Cabuyao.
Boy, he has come to life here. It started in the second set and again here in the third set. I'm sure his efficiency numbers are way up
We
there.
gotta take a look at that later on. Take a look at the stats. From the back row.
That did not cross. Wasted opportunity.
Would have been a good play. Would have been a highlight. Panganiban on deck to serve. 15, serving 12. 10 points for Dominic Panganiban off 9 attacks and 1 ace. Steady hands for San Beda.
Oh!
Single block.
I think that was Adahar.
That was Adahar with a single block on San Beda as we go to our second technical timeout.
tao na kakalabanin namin. Kumbaga sila, well-equipped silang lahat. May mga nuclear pa sila, ganun. Kami baril-baril lang. Kaya yun, siguro mas dadagdagan namin yung training namin. Lack kami ng power, siguro ang gagawin natin, diskarte na lang. Kung paano kami pupuntos, kung mahina man or malakas. Kung malakas man, bonus na sa amin yun. Kung mahina, mas okay na din. Basta as long as manalo kami.
Watch the Spikers surf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and in any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via filipinaslive.com. What a game that we're having today, this Wednesday. Third game of our quadruple header. We have Cabstars versus San Beda. Cabstars with a lead. 16-13 as we get back to our match.
And a long rally to start.
Good coverage for both squads.
Oh!
Rejected by the Cabstars.
Boy, the blocking of Cabuyao is coming to life here in the third set.
Doria with a monster block against Kevin Montemayor. It is a 4-point push for the white shirts. Soriano serving. 1-2 play off the hands of Saudi Soriano. Smart one.
Yeah, Lopez, he was going for that. We saw it in the first set, the second set, and
he was
here.
attempting
Yeah.
a couple of times the past couple of sets. Finally gets one through.
Finally.
Hard work works for Lopez.
It pays off.
3-point lead for Cabuyao. Make that a 4-point push for them. That's gonna be a service error for San Beda. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see the errors piling up for the squad, especially since they are trailing.
Yes.
Doria on your screen serving 6 points for him. Lopez. That's a good attack. Better defense.
Oh!
Panganiban! Oh, it's still alive!
I think it clipped the foot of Montemayor.
Asking for... All right, this is going to be another one for the Cabstars. And they are looking good here in this third set, Noreen.
Those are my favorite plays, is when the ball clips a foot. Like
Di ba akalain?
inadvertent. Oh, because you thought it was a dead ball, but oh, it's still alive. It hit someone's foot.
5-point lead. Good adjustment by
Yeah.
Lopez. A chance here for the red shirts. They go to Book, challenging the blockers. Buhay pa ang bola. Here comes Montemayor from the back row with help from the tape of the net.
And Cabuyao was just stunned when it clipped the tape.
And
Look
if
at
you're
this.
Montemayor, you are so very thankful that that ball, reached the other side of the
Yeah.
court.
Oh,
A little too strong. That pass was a little too strong for Soriano, as the Cabstars will regroup and refocus.
Gabi yung kanina, kailangan di ba, eyes on the ball lagi tayo. So, laging nakatingin tayo. Text, yun, pasa. Ha? Huwag natin patikitin yan. Sayang yung momentum natin, sayang yung puntos natin. Kailangan alagaan natin, ha? Alagaan natin. Mindful, ha? Be mindful. Go, 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 go!
Coach Christian Anteporta reminding the white shirts to just be mindful, especially now that San Beda is up and ready to go. It is a 3-point advantage for Cabuyao.
yeah, and they want to take care of this lead. You know, they work so hard to erect the lead, so you don't want to be giving free points.
Great blocking from San Beda. They'll try, blocked again.
Good cover.
Soriano. Chance here for San Beda.
Oh,
Good dig.
oh, good
Another
dig.
good dig. Book. Straight to Soriano. They go to Panganiban. That is outside. And for a minute, I thought Russ was gonna get the ball, pero tinignan lang niya at biglang sumigaw ng outside.
He knew it, but you know, that was such a good rally, so anticlimactic that it ended in an error.
And if you're San Beda, you're pretty thankful. It has trimmed down to a 2-point lead. Montemayor. Wait, oh, there's a check.
Oh, they call it good, actually.
Yeah, they call it good. Well, Coach Ariel right now, or Christian rather, trying to look at his bench. Let's take a look at this. Ball in, ball out. Was there a check? Oh, that was inside.
That was good.
Clear inside.
Yeah.
Lopez to Montemayor. Again, he's blocked. Then have him check also.
You know, those are the hardest to get when you're blocked and it hit you. You're the one who hit, and then it goes back and hits you. It's like, how are you going to keep that ball in play?
Back to a 2-point lead. Scoreboard reads 20-18. Lopez. Go to Bok.
Whoa.
Fighting his way through.
You know, that's just pure talent for you. That ball, that set was going to the net. The blockers were there, but Bok just used athleticism to get that through.
1-point advantage.
Smart. So smart.
And the Red Spikers had no clue what was going on in that play.
It's just like quick balls, and then I'm just going to drop it right there.
Take a look at the attack points. 12 for Cabuyao. San Beda has 12 as well. So we're pretty even in that department, talking about our attacks.
Well, in set number 1, San Beda had the advantage in attacks. In set number 2, it was Cabuyao. So They're
Could go,
evenly
yeah,
matched.
both ways.
Oh!
And the errors here for the Red Spikers, proving to be that Achilles heel.
Yes.
I mean, take a look at that, 22-20.
In such a close match, really, you want to check your errors.
Wow! Santos at the right time, coming alive here for the Red Spikers. You gotta take a look at that one more time. One hand set.
Oh boy, that was a perfect.
But as you were saying that, they really need to veer away from those unforced errors. And even take a look at Coach Ariel de la Cruz.
It is
disappointed,
frustrating.
right?
I mean, you work so hard for a point and then you throw your serve.
So back to a 2-point lead for Cabuyao. Panganiban on deck to serve.
Sure serve. Oh!
And they're gonna say that's outside. A little too strong for Santos. They're asking for a check. They're gonna call a challenge, block touch. And the score now, 23-21. If this is unsuccessful, Cabuyao Cabstars will be at set point, 24-21. But if it is successful, San Beda has that, fighting chance. It's gonna be 23-22, which makes things a little bit more interesting.
Well, it was a flat ball. We saw that.
Let's see. What do you think? I think there was a index. Well, we gotta take the last.
None.
Oh, there wasn't. There
Because
wasn't.
The thumb, I thought it would hit the thumb, but it didn't move at all. So you were saying?
I was saying that set point ang Cabuyao Cabstars in our third set, and they fought their way here in the third. Panganiban, crucial serve. Way too strong from the get-go. From that release, it was way too strong.
Boy, these errors are really gonna haunt these players tonight.
But Cabstars, they still have that cushion
2
right
points.
now. That's right.
Oh.
But cushion or no cushion, Michael Doria, really, he came off that bench and showed us why he is an asset to this team, ending this third set in favor of the Cabuyao Cabstars, 25-22. And the Cabuyao Cabstars take set number 3 from MKA San Beda Red Spikers. Great set for them. I mean, Noreen, you kept saying it. It was a different team that we saw talking about Cabstars.
Yeah, they took from that second set win, and then they just rolled in the third set. It wasn't easy, but when I said roll, it's more they took that momentum, that win, and they brought it to the third set. It was hard. They had to work for it. They had their lapses. You know, it looked like San Beda was going to challenge them. But what you like about Cabuyao is you can see from the first set to the third set already the improvement, and the maturity in such a short span. Let's look at some numbers here. In terms of attacks, Cabstars 14 to 13. Look at the blocking. No blocking for San Beda, which was their strength in the first set. 4 for the Cabstars. Opponents airs 2 more by the Cabstars, but as a whole, they attack better and they use defense also to their advantage. So if we will base it on the stats, whoever attacks more will end up winning the set.
That's right, and that is why we are in this situation right now. We don't know who will take this set. In the third set, you know, Cabuyao started a little bit slow compared to San Beda, but ended it so well. A lot of their players really led the charge for their squad. We have Soriano that we saw on your screens a while ago. Of course, we also have Owa Ramilo. And they were the fire starters for the white shirts. On the other side of things, the San Beda Red Spikers. There was Kevin Montemayor, Santos as well, their libero. We cannot forget a lot of great defense we witnessed from both squads. Here we go, set number 4.
Well, if you're San Beda, you have to know that you have to win this set to force a 5th set. So there's no playing around right now for San Beda.
They gotta minimize those errors. Really be aggressive on those attacks, especially against Cabuyao, who have that confidence, all that confidence in the world, especially after the past 2 sets.
I think also the entry of Magsino helped their cause.
It shifted the energy of Cabuyao.
Well, and they start off with a stop there, good block.
We have Ramilo, 7 attack points for him. We also see a change here for San Beda. They changed their setter, their starting setter for our 4th set. And a kill for the Red Spikers.
That set was near the net. The blockers were all over that. So good start also for on the side of San Beda.
Well, they need to wake up here in this 4th set, especially this guy on your screens, Cabalsa.
Yeah, you did say, you know, we were talking even before the game that you're saying that
he's one of the standout players, but surprisingly a little bit quiet here in his debut in the Spikers turf. Another point for Cabuyao.
Yeah, net violation calls on balk there.
We see that Lopez, I mentioned here for the Red Spikers, not starting in this set. It is their other setter, Dom Castañeda, orchestrating the offense for the Red Spikers. Let's see if some changes will happen. And that was Caballero, I believe, for the Cabstars. We'll confirm in a little bit.
Magsino, actually.
Oh, that was Magsino for the Cabstars. Konting comedic relief.
Yes.
Everybody's so tense, you know. Gotta lighten up the mood a little bit. Just at the net. That was Doria.
Well, you did say in the 3rd set, you know, he played huge and
ended that set as well.
Right.
We're tied at 3-all. A very familiar situation. Panganiban on deck to serve. Good blocking, single block. There was a net touch.
Very iffy play at the net, even for Doria.
That was a very, very obvious net touch violation. Montemayor now. The jump serve is strong and good. Running attack.
Good dig.
Good coverage. Montemayor from the back. They go to Panganiban.
Yeah, you saw the way his follow through. He didn't have a solid hit. Buries that into the net.
Better showing from San Beda here. Adahar will go to Doria up top.
He's feeling it. He is feeling it.
As he should. He deserves it.
When you look at him by the net, not the tallest of players, but he can really sky.
One of the more efficient middle blockers here for Cabuyao. Good effort. Better attack from San Beda.
That was just smart. They saw that zone 1 was completely open. So it's just a drop to zone 1.
Book serving. That was Ramilo.
Oh, great combination play.
Great sequence for the Cabuyao Cabstars. Care of Adahar. As Michael Doria will serve. Ramilo challenging Castañeda. They go to the other side. That's gonna sail outside.
Yeah, the first referee conferred with the linesman, both signaled out.
A deadlock at the 6th point for both our teams. Castañeda, to Montemayor. Nandoon si Soriano. Panganiban from the back.
Oh.
And he has been playing so well. Talking about Panganiban this whole game, Noreen, he has been very, very consistent for Cabuyao.
Yeah, I mean, he is, because although he just made up for his previous error, that's what you want to see. You know, if you can always make up for these little errors, you're going to look good.
Castañeda saves it.
Oh, too near.
Nobody there for Cabuyao.
You see the difference one slight miscue can do. I mean, you had the opportunity to attack. You set it over, and then the opponent gets the point.
There's gotta be 100% focus when you're on that court, especially, you know, against San Beda, against Cabuyao as well. Well, that's gonna be a service ace with the help of the tape of the net for the San Beda Red Spikers as we go to our first technical timeout.
Back at the Paco Arena for your 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational, Kevin Montemayor talked about how he has matured as a player with almost 20 points today. But as an opposite hitter, he would still like to improve on defense, specifically blockings, which he also feels could be of big help to their situation right now. Receiving and communication are also some of their problems. Now, with the momentum that you mentioned earlier, Noreen, from sets 2 and 3, in Coach's words, in Coach Ariel's words, they really need to attack and attack. Now, don't forget that we have a poll question for you on the Pilipinas Live app, and that is which young team will make less errors. I think we already have an idea. Billy, Noreen?
I'm going to throw the question back to Noreen. Which young team will make less errors? And because we have the stats, kailangan tama yung sagot mo.
10 plus 9.
To be continued
so far.
To be continued. And we're gonna check the stats at the end of this match, which is far from over, by the way. Right now, San Beda, 2-point advantage for them here in our fourth set. They give this to Ramilo. He's blocked. They're gonna give it. They're gonna award that point to Cabuyao.
At the Har attacking there, but you know, he really deserves that point. That coverage, that last minute bending to get that ball, wow.
5 points under his belt in our ball game today.
Yeah, that was Cabalsa. Well, it's really a grind, no?
That's right.
This set, like, although there's a 2-point lead, technically it's already comfortable, but it's just a slow grind here.
It's a crawl.
It's a crawl.
A crawl to the finish line for both our teams. Kind of like a slow burn. And then sa dulo, diba? Sa dulo sila nag-explode. Let's take a look at this. Panganiban! He is blocked.
Well, now the blocking of San Beda coming back to life here, and that, you know, things are gonna look good for this team.
And they need that blocking. They need that blocking, especially in this fourth set. Substitutions for the Whitechers. Dasig checks back in. Castañeda serving.
Well, that looked like it was going out.
Take a look at the excellent set. 16 for Cabuyao here in this game. Montemayor with a push. And that's going to be a point for the Red Spikers. Dasig quickly looks at the bench. I think they're going to call a challenge. We'll see. And they're putting up a card. They're going to say they're going to hold up the block touch challenge.
They did hold it up,
but they're going to continue with the play, apparently. So let's get back to this game.
Let's forget about it.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
We didn't see anything. All right, take a look at that score, though. 3-point lead for San Beda. So right now, they are taking charge of this set.
Okay, I mean, let's just rewind a little. Montemayor tipped the ball and hit a blocker's hand before it hit the antenna.
Correct.
According to to Cabuyao, they didn't touch it.
Yeah.
But I think the coach saw that somebody touched it. That's why he did not challenge. That's that.
Period.
Back to the game.
Back to the game. We got a rally going on here. Dasig! Off the block!
Oh, wow. What a substitution. You know, bringing him in.
And he has been that spark plug off the bench for Coach Christian as well. I mean, we saw that in the previous set that we had. As Castañeda back set to Kevin Montemayor using those blockers. But wow, what a save. If wala lang, may konting space lang si Soriano, nakuha na sana yung bola.
Good effort,
but at any rate, that point will go to Kevin Montemayor. Scoreboard reads 13-10 in favor of the Red Spikers. Cabalsa will serve.
Good serve.
Single block. They're going to try to save it. They do. They send it over. A chance here for the red shirt. Siguro Montemayor.
That's
too
strong.
strong. Montemayor quickly, automatically looks at the bench, tells them that there was a check. Pretty confident as well. Well, from our angle, what do you think?
Well, I'm actually looking at Magsino because...
Kung ano yung reaction.
Yeah, he said he shook his head, so we'll see.
Well, at any rate, here is another challenge called by the San Beda, MKA San Beda Red Spikers. They're saying that there was a check on that attack from Kevin Montemayor, and he was pretty confident as well. Instant reaction was to look at the bench. You know, he said that someone from Cabstars touched it. Let's see. Oh, there was.
Yeah.
There was clearly the index finger of the left hand. That was Magsino.
Magsino. So he's shaking his head saying, I got caught. Damn challenge, I got caught.
Kaya dyan yung challenge, diba? It's both a blessing and a curse.
Yes.
As the Cabstars will call for time.
Okay, listen. Listen. O, tinetest tayo ng pagkakataon, okay? Kanina, pinakita natin kung anong character meron tayo kanina. So, kailangan ibalik na lang natin ulit. Okay, one good pass. Kaya na si Echo Dimiscarte. Ngayon, pag pangit, hindi miskarte tayo sa palo. Ganun lang kasimple yan eh. Diba? Tapos, coverage. Ganun lang kasimple. Huwag natin pahirapan yan. Kaya pa yan. Go!
Bago mag-20, abulin natin.
Hey, go!
Source!
Let's first take a look at some of your social media comments. This one is from Lady Spikers _F2. Taray ng laban ng Cabstars at MKA SBU. Puro extended sets. Hashtag SpikersTurf 2023. That is absolutely correct. I mean, we have been saying this. And it's such a good match, right? For all our fans. And these two teams who are debuting here in the Spikers Turf. And what about that attack from Dasig, I believe?
Yeah. Again, we love that substitution, bringing him in. But I love this matchup, really. People were expecting the same in the game. The
Previous
game,
Battle of the College Champions.
Yeah, but it went straight sets. But this one, really, I mean, if you want to watch a game, this is the game to watch.
But if you're in the area, as we said a while ago, we still have another game after this. Time check, it is 4:54. So, dapat 5 p.m., diba, yung last game natin.
No way,
so
no
change
way.
your plans. Here comes Soriano, gets the point for the white shirts, and they are alive here in our fourth set. Past few sequences have been good for Cabuyao.
Yeah, you know, I like the huddle of Cabuyao. They were saying, we already know and showed our character in the third set, so let's just bring it back. But that's not going to help.
And that is going to be a chance, or free point rather, given to San Beda as we go to our second technical timeout. San Beda in the lead, 16-12.
Yung responsibility ko is para tulungan yung team, since sinasabi naman nila na ako daw yung yung main weapon daw ng San Beda. Para sa akin naman is yung may kanya-kanya kaming responsibility, tapos tulong-tulong na lang kung ano yung role na ginagampanan namin. Makikita nila sa amin, which is di pa nila nakita yung tapang. Pukpukan talaga yung makikita nila sa laban namin ngayong Spikerstar.
Experience a new way to feel the heart of volleyball. Watch every set, spike, dig, and block live in HD and on demand anytime, anywhere, and on any device via Pilipinas Live app. Download and register now. On your screens a while ago, that was Book of the Red Spikers. Him and his team holding on to a pretty comfortable lead for now. 12-17 is our score. Kevin Montemayor, 21 points. But again, those errors, they gotta stop doing that. I know that you're holding a piece of paper, Noreen, and you were shaking your head. Care to share what was on that paper?
Total service errors for Cabuyao, they have 12, and for San Beda, they now have 11. So that's a lot of service.
That's a lot of service errors for both our squads. That was a good save, clean save from Cabuyao. Castañeda, 1-2 play. Dasig a little late to pick that up.
That's just smart for Castañeda. Sensing, the defense of Cabuyao still scrambling. I'm gonna put it back.
We have not seen Lopez in this set. It has been Castañeda taking the reins of the setting here. Well, so far, so good for him.
So good, yeah.
And what about that from Michael Doria? He was silent the past couple of plays. But just when his team needed him or needs him the most.
Yeah, he scores the point. It's a 4-point game. But if you're Cabuyao, you have to remember you want to finish this
That's
in
right.
4.
You don't want to give San Beda that opportunity in that 5th set, and they're going to be carrying that momentum. You need more of those plays from Magsino. That was a good block on his end.
Yeah. Back-to-back points.
3-point lead for the Red Spikers. 2 block points apiece for our squads. They're gonna send this one to Ramilo. Gets the attack for the Cabstars.
Make that 3.
And they're inching closer.
Cannot be. I mean, first 3 set, it'll go down to 1 point. It has to do the same. It has to be the same for all sets.
If you're San Beda, you need something now. But the Cabuyao Cabstars, you know, they're intent of finishing this one strong. You know, we talked about it. They're crawling their way to the finish line. That's exactly what they're doing. And for the Red Spikers, sense of urgency. Couple of substitutions. We have Lopez coming back in.
You were just saying.
Yeah, I was just saying, right? That it was Castañeda, but now Lopez is back in. Let's see the difference that makes.
Chance. Oh,
Magsino cannot believe it. Effortless from him.
I want, you know, if we could just ask him right now, what does that mean in hitting your temple? Is that good or bad? But you got
Well,
the point.
A point is a point, so I guess it might be good.
It's good, yeah.
18 all, Noreen. I mean, this is something that we're used to by this point in this game. Magsino again.
Boy, he's just playing it smart. You know, just getting it through the blockers. No need for power.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just good placement as well for Gab Magsino. And right now, he's spelling the difference for the Cabuyao Cabstars. They overtake San Beda in our 4th set. Good coverage, good save.
Whoa!
And take a look at Sauri diving for that ball.
Chance San Beda.
Red Spikers, no go.
Oh!
Magsino, that is 3 straight points. Same place for Gab Magsino.
He is possessed right now for Cabuyao.
We gotta take a look at that before we head on over to this timeout. Gab Magsino just doing the work for the Cabstars.
Tulong-tulong muna. Sabi ko sa inyo, wag niyo bigyan ng pagkakataon yung kalaban niyo eh. Ayan na naman tayo eh. Paulit-ulit lang yun para hindi kayo nakakaintindi eh. Focus muna tayo. Ang layo ng hinabol sa atin yan, tapos hinayaan nyo lang. Okay. Resiban nyo muna ng mayo. Boy!
It is 20-18 in favor now of the Cabuyao Cabstars. And just a while ago, you know, they were trailing behind. Pero inunti-unti yung lead ng San Beda. And credit that to Gab Magsino, tallest player on the court for the White Shirts. 3 consecutive points for him as we get back to this game. This time, finally blocked.
Yeah.
On the other side, though. But that will go outside for Ramilo. A chance here for the Red Spikers. We heard in that timeout, Coach was telling him, nasa atin na yun, hinayaan lang.
How many, what was the number, the point lead?
I think it was around 4 because there were 3 points from Magsino. Sunod-sunod. Same place, same thing.
Oh,
wow,
good save.
what effort. And that is inside for San Beda. And here they come. And now is a perfect time for them to wake up.
Yeah. Well, you like that off a timeout. You know, the response of the players. 2 straight points and it is tied.
It is a tied ball game again here in our 4th set. Soriano from the back row. And we did not expect, you know, we did not expect that to be a point.
Neither did San Beda.
You know, it didn't have the greatest of powers. Parang it was just to keep the ball alive, and Saudi Soriano gets an unexpected point for the Cabuyao Cabstars. 21-20 is our score.
Oh, good serve.
We got the Red Spikers fighting for their lives here. They go to Ramilo.
Oh!
And a point, a much needed point for the Red Spikers.
I mean, if Magsino could get that back, it was actually a free ball, and then he hurried it, so it was a misreceive. But they will welcome it, talking about San Beda.
They need that sense of urgency, talking about the red shirts. They go to Ramilo again!
Oh!
No escaping! 1 point advantage for the Cabstars. Flying high and putting it away. And for the Red Spikers, they need an answer to that.
Yeah. Oh, good save. Oh!
Lucky break here for the Cabstars.
Boy, Magsino's just setting up his tent. He's setting up camp there in the center.
Again, he is the tallest player, I believe, on this court right now, standing at about 6'4", if our info sheet is correct. 23-21. Oh, that's going to be a point. There's going to be an error called on Magsino.
I mean, that was such a great dig. We were marveling at that, and we saw the net move. Ah, net violation.
And right now, the Cabuyao Cabstars will discuss a couple of things.
Too much aggressive tayo dun sa net, ha? So, kailangan huwag masyado, ha? Masyado aggressive, kaya nag-error tayo. So, one good pass tayo, ha? One good pass. So, maglalas tayo. Kailangan tiwala lang, ha? Tiwala lang. Kaya si Eko, ikaw na bahala, ha? Oh, yeah. Oh, go, go, go. Tsaga, tsaga, ha? Nahabol natin to, ha? Nahabol natin, ha? Go, go. Hey! Go! Stop!
And if there's one word that stands out or stood out from that timeout, it was the word tiyaga. Chinaga nila kung nasan sila ngayon, and they need to finish this. And for the San Beda Red Spikers, on the other hand, it's time they show up. They want to extend this game.
They need to extend this game. Oh!
Oh, that is a point. That's going to be a point for the Red Spikers. Not this time for Gab Magsino.
I mean, there's nobody there. It's just too much power.
Another deadlock in our fourth set. 23 all. Tahiludin on deck to serve. 4 attack points for him. That's a good serve. They go to Soriano!
Oh!
Cross court for Saudi Soriano.
Boy, you know, that wasn't the best of sets, but Soriano just managed to get it through.
What a play from Saudi Soriano.
Hey, we have match point.
Match point now for the Cabuyao Cabstars. Montemayor!
Oh!
Check that. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's going to be a fight to the finish. For those who just tuned in, it has been a wild game so far. I think everybody would agree.
Extended matches. You know, the tweet, taray. Extended sets. We have another
and you know
one.
what? You love to see it, but that's something that we do not love to see. And Noreen is not happy about that as well. The service errors. You're basically really just giving chances, free points to the opponents. Kaya match point na ulit ang Cabuyao.
Exactly. Match point again, Cabuyao.
Dasig serving. They need a good one.
That was a good one.
Montemayor.
Oh,
that's
chance!
saved. Soriano for the win. And they are successful. What a hard-fought win for the Cabuyao Cabstars. I mean, a lot of people did not know what to expect from these two teams coming into this game. We've seen San Beda. We know what they can do. But this is a whole different ball game. And as for the Cabuyao Cabstars, what a debut for them here in our Spikers turf.
I'm still getting goosebumps.
And you know what? I say that for both teams.
Yeah.
What a debut for them. And for all the other teams watching, you know, they are gonna be great competition here in our Invitational Conference. For our set number 4, 26-24, we'll be right back to wrap things up.
At the Paco Arena for your 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational, and I am with the best player of this match, Echo Adahar. Echo, iniisip ng mga tao kung anong pwedeng ma-expect sa team nyo kasi nga bago kayo, no? Pero mukhang pinaghandaan nyo itong match na to. Nakatulong ba na familiar ka sa mga players sa kabilang team, lalo na kay Kevin?
As a new team, yun nga, kasi kami parang magkakilala na din yung iba sa Cabuyao. Yun nga yung sinabi mo kay Kevin, napaganda naman namin kasi alam na namin laro ni Kevin. Kaliwete yun eh, ka-team namin last season.
Alam na alam mo talaga. Sabi mo rin sa akin kanina gusto mong ma-improve yung blockings mo. Naramdaman mo ba na nangyari yun sa match na to?
Ayun, naramdaman ka naman, naka 2 blocks ata ako. Kaya ayun, nice.
Maraming salamat, Echo Adahar, Preliminaries.
Thank you.
He did not have 2 blocks. He had 3.
So check that, and please pakisabi na lang kay Echo Adahar that he had 3 blocks. So congratulations to him and the rest of the Cabuyao Cabstars. What a game they just had against the San Beda Red Spikers. And again, it was really also the familiarity they had with the Red Spikers. Take a look at our set scores: 24-26, 27-25, 25-22, and 26-24.
Well, you know, for me, it's such a treat when you don't know these teams and then the game exceeded your expectations. For us, we enjoyed it. We enjoyed
100%.
covering. Yeah, we enjoyed bringing it to you or calling the shot. Adahar, we have to mention, no, 7 points, 3 blocks, 2 ace, 2 attacks. So overall game for Adahar. Great contributions, all-around contributions by his teammates, Panganiban, Doria, Ramiro, and Soriano. So it was a team effort, something that they should take from their coach. They showed their character. It's supposed to only get better from today.
That's right. As we take a look at our set 4 statistics, Nareen, what numbers stand out to you the most?
Well, we did say, if you base it on the first 3 sets, whoever attacks more will end up winning, which is the Cabstars. They came from behind. They were down. They chased, had 19 attack points, and the rest is history.
There you have it, an amazing matchup between the debuting Cabstars and, of course, the San Beda Red Spikers. But our volleyball action does not end there. Up next, right here at the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, we have the Savage RTU Basilan going up against the Bayleaf Hotels LPU. That's going to be a really interesting match as well. But that is it for us. On behalf of my partner Nareen Go, Mika Abisames, and Derek Yupanco, I'm Billy Capistrano, and this has been the Spikers Surf Invitational Conference. More men's volleyball action coming right your way.